It's one thing falling in love with a house, picturing yourself moving in and calling it home, and quite another navigating the world of price negotiating, mortgage lenders, and finding the budget that works best for you. An agent who's a Realtor can make understanding that world easier. Realtors have the expertise, access to proprietary data, and tools to help you get from imagining living somewhere to actually doing it. That's the kind of help we can provide. Because that's who we are. Realtors are members of the National Association of Realtors.
When your space has the long-lasting, noticeable scent of Airwick Vibrant Scented Oils, it'll be the spot for everyone. From book club to game night, the kids can even host their friends.
Whoa, it smells amazing.
Airwick Vibrant Scented Oils are infused with 2 times more natural essential oils versus regular Airwick Scented Oils for our most authentic, nature-inspired fragrance experience. Transform your space with scents like white sage and mahogany or lavender and water lily. Now that's a breath of fresh air wick.
Boston Emcee Akrobatik has been active in the music industry since his first single release in 1998, Rough Enough. He dropped his first album, Balanced, in 2003. Akro is a member of The Perceptionists with Mr. Liff and DJ Fax One. He just dropped his 3rd solo album recently, Built to Last, which is definitely a must-buy. Akrobatik, thanks for joining me on The Library with Tim Einenkel on rapstation.com.
Yo, thanks for having me, man. Long time coming.
Cool, man. Yeah, definitely. So I just want to go straight into the album. You know, a lot can be taken away from the first track of any album. So I want to know, what did you want us to take away from the first track, Act to the Future?
With Act to the Future, I just really wanted to start off the album with the listener feeling like they're really checking out like a triumphant return, like it's got the horns blaring in there and it just really sounds epic. And that's why I start off with, roll up on your city like the Trojan horse. Like I'm really trying to create that visual imagery of just like I'm coming in just like with reckless abandon, just ready to just, mess things up. I don't know. I don't want to give, bad language, but you know what I'm saying though. It's like, here I am on the scene and I'm back. And that, that's the whole statement of that song. Is just, this is me, I'm back. I've been gone for a while, but, they dug me up, they thawed me out, however you want to look at it. And here I am just ready to wreak havoc.
Y'all thought I wasn't going to answer the bell? Turn me up, T. You don't know me. You don't know me. It's time to start going off. Roll up on your city like the Trojan horse. These rappers is Nickelodeon soft. Acts back for more, homie. Simply took some sodium off the diet. You in tune to the one-man riot.
Yeah, I want to that kind of leads me into the second track, Built to Last.
Yep.
Rappers come and they go, but I've been here the whole time letting motherfuckers know this is longevity versus brevity. You'll never be ready to meddle with my pedigree. I'm not impressed by Mr. Fresh Guy. Too hot now, next year working at Best Buy. This is acrobatic, brother. Why would you test? You lead with your chest pride, even the best try.
Discuss the importance of career longevity and what this means to be a true MC. In the track Built to Last. So I'm just curious, what do you think the secrets are to having a long career, and what makes a true MC?
All right, well, those are great questions. I mean, I guess, the answers are almost one and the same. I feel like you just kind of have to live your life first and foremost. And then just, for me, man, my art, my writing, that's kind of like, it almost feels like an extension of my lungs. Like I just breathe that out, so it's like, I am a person first. I'm a man first, and I come out and live my life that way and then see how that influences my art. I don't fabricate a character that I make music with and then go back to living my normal life. I just am who I am. And, and then my art just kind of breathes through me. So with Built to Last, I wanted to make that statement because, honestly, man, it's just a lot of knuckleheads out here, Tim. There's a lot of people who don't know much and they're happy with that. You know what I'm saying? They're okay with the fact that they don't know much. Whatever I see, whatever makes it my way, I'm going to pump that up, and that's going to be what I'm about. You know, I'm a different type of person. I really think that that way of thinking kind of leads to obscurity and insignificance and footnotedom. You know what I'm saying? And I don't want to be that. I want to be somebody that, you know, they're talking about me long after I'm gone, you know, and they're not questioning my credibility while I'm here, you know, and so I think that those are the types of things that lead to longevity. I mean, also, you know, maybe not putting out 3 albums every year. You know what I mean? I feel like the music has become disposable, but I feel like if you make appearances in the game and what you drop is timeless, then people will kind of not really associate you with any one era. You know, every once in a while, somebody will try to, you know, like online, maybe somebody will throw it at me. Oh, you know, you're a 90s dude, or you're an old school dude, or whatever. But I mean, my response to that really is that if my music is hotter than yours right now, how am I old school? Then what are you? You know what I'm saying? Like, so to me, I'm like, hey, I got one of the hottest albums out right now. I'm very confident about that. And I think that the longevity that comes from it, and the longevity that I'm speaking about on that song, is not only just about, you know, my own staying around for a long time, but trying to get some of the younger guys to take note and let them know that, like, yeah, you might be hot now, but if you don't maintain that, you know what I'm saying? Because you didn't listen when KRS dropped Out of Here, because you don't know about that philosophy behind that song, you know what I mean? Maybe you might not be inspired to have longevity in rap, or to have longevity in a music career. You know, you might just be looking at it as like, it's just a quick thing. It's a hustle, because it's really getting promoted that way nowadays, that it's just a hustle. I mean, hip hop was never really a business until, you know, recent years. It's just now the actual culture has become a business. Rap music has always been a music industry, but now they're trying to just sell the imagery to whoever will buy it. You know, every commercial is spoofing hip hop behavior and hip hop music, right, and those types of things. So, you know, I just think that we have to guard our culture. And if you do that, there's always going to be a core of people out there, a core of people who respect those who fight for it and fight to preserve what makes it beautiful and what makes it art, because that's all we're trying to do, you know. And I think that regardless of the generation gaps or how long anybody's been around, people can notice that real heads, real people will see the intentions of other real people, and they'll support that, which is why I think real hip hop will never die, because there's just always going to be people looking for it.
Nice. And actually, you kind of touched on a bunch of things I want to talk to you about throughout this interview, but one thing that I think this album built to last, you know, this is obviously, like, this is your first album since your open heart surgery in 2011.
Yep.
So to me, there seems to be there's two themes of this album. One, you just talked about, you know, protecting the hip hop culture / you know, calling out people on their being lyrically weak, in this art form. But two, and this, I don't know if this was intentional or not, but two, there seemed to be this theme that has to do with your heart attack and the personal lesson you took away from it, either change your diet, you know, like the first, like Act of the Future Go, you know, less sodium, you know, that type of thing, right?
Absolutely.
So I'm wondering, when you have that this second underlying theme, is that something that you hope people do take away from this album? I mean, do you want people walking away saying, you know, great album, and dude, I really got to look at what I'm doing to my health?
Absolutely, 100%. I mean, you know, what good are we to anybody if we go through things and don't share what we learn from them? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
like,
definitely.
I feel obligated. You know, it's like sometimes I know maybe it can even be a little overbearing, like, you know, like maybe if one of my boys is a little overweight, you know what I'm saying? And I mentioned nobody wants to hear that.
Right.
But at the same time, it's like being in a position where the people who love you almost lost you because you weren't taking good care of yourself is not a good position to be in. You know what I'm saying? It's just it's not a good position to be. To be the person that is, you know, forcing loved ones to face that possibility. So, you know, you kind of want to take care of yourself. But I just try to back off and not really give it to nobody like that, because we all have our things that we do. We all have our vices. But as far as like the general the general population and just like my fans especially, yeah, I do want them to know that like it was a close call and I learned a lot from it. And also just like the support and prayers of all those people actually, really, really drove me. You know what I mean? Like, it's not, you hear people say that and you think it's cliche, but then you go through something like what I went through, and then you really do see just how powerful love is, and just, people who never even met me, just pouring their hearts out to me, Right. So that experience is definitely something that I wanted to share. And even the personal part of it, which is the part that I don't want anybody to ever have to go through, but just the pain and the actual surgery and the recovery, even Who Am I is about the heart surgery. Who Am I is just about me waking up, not knowing where I am, not knowing what happened to me. And for all I know, the next thing somebody tells me is that, who knows? I don't know how much time has gone by. I don't know what's going on. So I might as well be in this sci-fi situation that I find myself in with Lift.
Right.
And that explains, me coming back stronger. You know what I mean? Also, I think Lift did an incredible job on that song, bringing it to life and just telling that story for me, because, it comes off, it's like, it's a dream sequence. I know a lot of people on the surface might hear that song and be like, what are they talking about? Or what is even going on here? But the song is right after Alive. Right. And in Alive, I explain how, I was out, I was unconscious, and I don't know how long I was gone for. In the reality, I woke up to my mom and my aunt holding my hand. But, in the song, Where Am I? I wake up in a lab, not even attached to my own body, because there was a time after the surgery where, or it could have been before the surgery, I don't even know, but I was strapped to the bed, and the only thing that I had any control over was my thoughts. I couldn't move. I couldn't feel anything. I didn't know where I was. I didn't know if anybody was around me. All I knew is that my brain was working.
Oh, wow.
And I could see, but I could only really see like where my head was positioned, because I was completely strapped down to the table, so that, if I woke up, I didn't try to get up or move or something like that. So, that is what inspired me writing Where Am I?
Oh, wow.
Because I was just drugged up, falling asleep, waking up, having dreams. I don't know what's real. I don't know what's not. And, that was my, attempt at just kind of putting that confusion into a more, palatable, form of expression, which, a hip hop song is always a great place to be able to do that.
It started as the first steps towards a man's ending, and ended up being more like Johnny Depp in Transcendence. The numbness, how did I become this? Will anybody learn anything from this? We've all felt like a shell of a man, but imagine a man without a shell, that's a living hell. Virtual prison cell murdered my existence, or is it preserving my existence? I can't feel, but this is colder than the worst December. Unlike that Captain America flick, the first Avenger. Mine's intact, but yet and still it hurts to remember. Where's my home? Did it burst into embers? What about my loved ones? Are they gone forever? Did we take our last road trip singing silly songs together? Who's in charge here? Who do I talk to? What kind of time portal did I walk through? Somebody tell me, where am I? Where you at? Flash out and wake up to catastrophe. Where you at? Where am I? Where you at? Flash out and wake up to catastrophe. Yo, you have questions of many. Your mind's in a frenzy. Hold up for a moment, calm down. Let me tell thee, you are you in your truest form, just with no human form. Nowadays, human ain't the norm. Your body would roast, the sun is too close. With new types of bacteria, our bodies fell host. It's 80 years beyond when you've last yawned. You missed the earth splitters and the winters with the nuclear dawns. It's me, Lift. I stored your consciousness on a disc. I'm leader of a team of scientists, considered unethical or ill-advised, but we're alive. Please don't cry with virtual lies, but visualize a new body you'll have soon that we've built, powered by the light of 2 moons, with new alloys that I found in Beloy's, a new planet that's arisen since Earth became void. Free yourself from the who and how. Don't grasp at the past, your path begins now. Your question haunts me every now and again, as I look into the sky and see a mountain of flame. Where am I? Where you at? Flash out and wake up to catastrophe.
Is this house a good price compared to others in the area? Are prices going up or down? If I don't make an offer right this very moment, will I miss my chance? These are just some of the questions a home buyer might ask. And these are the sorts of questions an agent who is a Realtor can help answer. Because Realtors have the expertise, data, and access to specialty training to help you navigate the process of buying a home. They provide support, guidance, and have your back every step of the way. That's what Realtors do, because that's who we are. Realtors are members of the National Association of Realtors.
When your space has the long-lasting, noticeable scent of Airwick Vibrant Scented Oils, you'll want to invite everyone over, from book club to the fantasy league, even the in-laws.
It smells amazing.
Airwick Vibrant Scented Oils are infused with 2 times more natural essential oils versus regular Airwick Scented Oils for our most authentic, nature-inspired fragrance experience. Transform your space with scents like white sage and mahogany or lavender and water lily. Now that's a breath of fresh Airwick.